Welcome. Thank you for watching this video presented by CostStoreFixtures. Questions should be emailed to CostStoreFixtures@outlook.com. This application uses the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet program. Microsoft and Excel are trademarks and property of Microsoft Corporation. A Microsoft Corporation license is required to use the Excel program. The instruction example covers foundation principles and demonstrates the process by calculating the cost of a pedestal fixture step by step. Each instruction example consists of a macro button and a cell comment. To read the text of the macro before clicking the button, hover over the cell to the right of the button and the text of the macro is displayed. Complete the instruction example to develop an understanding and proficiency at preparing a cost workup. The instructions example is on the instruction sheet. The instruction sheet is the window currently displayed. The example starts at row 157. To get to the example, click the fourth button labeled B.000 Example Cost Workup Pedestal. The focus of step 2 of the 3 steps is on the principles of this process and how to enter the material prices on 3 cost workup sheets. Example item 2.2.03 Macro buttons. Select the features. Features are included in the cost workup calculation after the dimensions and material prices are entered. On the project dimensions sheet, the dimensions of all features are listed by section. In the last dimension cell of each feature section, the value is either IN, which means included, or EX, which means excluded. The instructions example kick/leg value in cell V55 is IN, included. The data filter is applied to the dimensions table column V. Only feature cells with IN are visible. The value EX is in all other section dimension cells on the sheet. Some of those cells are visible in section 2 column AC. Columns K through O pertain to summary data of all the sections. They are not included in a cost workup. Every dimension on the project dimensions sheet starts with EX. To make sure there are no dimensions in the table, it can be cleared by clicking the macro button in cells G21 through H22. The first step choosing which features to activate so they are included in the cost workup is entering dimensions. For new users, the process will start on the elevation sheets. The macro buttons on the elevation sheets are arranged to imitate fixture, component, or part designs. The macro button labels identify the feature. Input dimensions by selecting the feature on the elevation sheet. The macro switches to the project dimension sheet to the appropriate dimension cell for the feature named on the button. If the selected feature seems to be incorrect, review the macro button labels for a more exact match to the feature being sought. If the feature button cannot be located on the current elevation, examine a different elevation or use the dimensions buttons table, which has the tab name DMNS BUTTONTABLE. Experienced users enter dimensions directly on the project dimensions sheet. It is possible to enter dimensions on a cost workup sheet. Entering dimensions on the cost workup sheet should rarely occur. To complete the inclusion of a feature in the cost workup, the price has to be entered for each piece of material. After entering all the prices, review both prices and dimensions accuracy. This example 2.2.03 is completed. Continue the instructions example by clicking item 2.2.04.